These are the only One Piece sets worth buying in August. Let's talk about that. Thank you, Pokemange1985, for the comment. Like, comment, subscribe. As always, guys, it is appreciated as far as how you guys are growing the channel. Guys, let's not get this twisted. We still have OP17 coming out, but these sets, if you get a little bit extra, work some extra overtime, get a couple $100 in the bank, because these sets are going to go crazy. If you actually stay tuned towards the beginning of the video, there's actually the third set in here is one that I'm really hyped up about. And so these are the best sets. And I threw in a Japanese card game set as well. This is the first anniversary set. The reason why I love this is for the playmat, and then they do got some exclusive cards in there as well that are beautiful. This thing has been steady from the beginning, from inception. So when you see anniversary sets come out, usually there's an up and down pattern to these cards in these sets. This one has stayed steady the whole time it's been released. So I just see this continuing to go up if you keep it sealed. But man, that I had to feature this playmat in here. One of my favorite playmats of all time for One Piece. Now, here we go. Let's start with the Time of Battle. This set was just released a couple months ago, and it shot down from $400 all the way to $209. Here's the biggest secret that I'm going to tell you about One Piece. If you don't listen to anything else into this video, if anything is under $500, if you're a new collector, that's something that I'm buying up and either opening it or keeping it sealed, because I think all of these One Piece sets should be worth 500 bucks at least, and then these sets will climb to $1,000. I think by the end of next year in 2027, all these sets that were released this year will be $500. So keep that in mind as we talk about this. The Time of Battle set, it's not one that has a lot of insane cards in here, but it's still worth collecting because of the 3 chase cards in here. They did a phenomenal job with the manga rares on here. I absolutely love these cards. I love the super rares that they did from this set as well. And then the alternate arts are phenomenal. So if you have not collected Time of Battle, they got a great Monkey D. Luffy sets in here, Portuguese DH, Yamato, Buggy, great cards in here. So if you, this is actually, I'm gonna take it back. This is the best buy in this set just because it's so cheap. And I personally think this set should be worth $500 easily. And you're gonna come back and watch this video here in a couple years and be like, geez, man, he was absolutely right. Here's another one that you could just see right here, that this is trending to the $500 mark right here. None of these are best buys. None of these I think will be, I don't think any of these we're gonna get a deal on anymore unless you send offers in, because 247, I think this is a low mark for Royal Blood right here. And besides Time of Battle is so undervalued right now because look at this set right here. It's a little bit more, and it doesn't even have those great chase cards in Royal Blood that Time of Battle have. That Trafalgar Law is awesome. Usopp, actually, check out that Usopp card. That is actually one of the best Usopp cards I have seen. So they do have great cards in here. And then the Monkey D. Luffy, this is such an undervalued card right here, the parallel Monkey D. Luffy. So Royal Blood does have great cards in it as well, but #1 pick for me so far is Time of Battle. And then Adventures on Kami Island, a newer set, has great annul picks. This thing is steady Eddie right here, 263. And when it released, I love charts like this. You could see that it really has stayed the course the entire time. And the color packaging on this set is beautiful. It's like the old school 90s theme is what One Piece does, and I love their box designs. Let me show you these chase cards in here if you have not seen them. The annuls in here, timeless. They just don't have the banger 1000 pieces. Obviously, you got the Rono Zeros in here, Edwin Newgate annuls, like all the annuls on here, fantastic. Zoro has some great pieces in here. This Monkey D. Luffy was featured in the video if you guys had not seen, one of my favorite Luffy cards in here. But don't see on Adventures of Kami Island. And then Azure Seas is one of the sets, but still worth that $500 mark on here when it comes to, and look at this. It actually started off low and then it's maintained that steady. You're gonna see that we're gonna come back a year later and see where these sets are. And just remember this video. Great Dawn cards in here, but then you got that great Buggy card, that great Zoro card. This Zoro card should be the chase in the set. This is what I'm saying right now. This is the best card in Azure Seas. So if you don't have this card, I personally think this is a $5,000 card. And I'm only saying that because I love Zoro and I'm never selling my Zoro cards. So if you got time, if you can pull this card, this would be great, because some people don't respect Azure Seas. Then Legacies of the Masters, $275. This thing has shot up. Like, this is what I'm talking about here with some of these sets. They're older, but they're just popping off, guys. And so I'm just saying, like, I understand that they don't have as many great cards for me in this set, but for the cards they have, Marshall they teach in here, Joel Bonnie, the Zoro card, that is a classic Zoro card in there if you don't have that one yet. But like I'm saying, another slept on one. Now, here's one that's nobody sleeping on. Some people are getting these early, they're pre-ordering these. I might produce a battle plan for how we're gonna attack this set here in the next couple of days, because it should release on Friday, Saturday, if it's not already in stores on Wednesday. So be on the lookout for this. The cases on these they're not insane right now. I personally think that if the market went to $1,000 on these cards, that it would not surprise me. We don't have any data yet on the Strongest Warrior, but as soon as we start getting data on these cards, it's gonna be epic, and I cannot wait to see. I'm gonna be right on this prediction. I do think this is what I'm doing, guys, when it comes to this set. I'm gonna buy and rip as much as I can. This is the Ascended Heroes. This is better than the Ascended Heroes that came out for Pokemon. Let's talk about some Heroines Edition. This was actually one of the biggest pandemics when it came to One Piece cards. This Heroines Edition, people were going crazy for. I skipped this set because of how insane it was, and then some of the cards in here are not cards that aren't necessarily. If you guys remember when it first released, check out this chart. This thing was going for $526 in January, and then it shot back down because you could not find this set anywhere. They were going for $14, $15 a pack. I even saw some as high as $20 a pack for the Heroines Edition, which is just insane because this actually has maintained its value pretty well, but the Uta card is the only card that I really want, and the Nico Robins, of course. But not a whole, compared to the Fist of Divine Speed, this set didn't have any insane bangers that were $5,000 or $10,000, but it was one of the hardest sets to get. And we'll see how the Strongest Warrior is, but I'm sure you guys remember these days. Then we have 500 years in the future. We're starting to get more expensive, but before we get to that $500 mark on these sets, these are sleeper sets for August and maybe this entire year. I do think that this set isn't as valuable as some of the other ones because they do have some banger cards in here like this that are parallel cards that don't go for as much money. But this is a set you're going to have to sit on for a little bit of time for you to get your value in these cards if you're ripping them. But if you're collecting sealed, this is not a bad buy. Wings of the Captain, $379. Now, I know what you guys are thinking, like $300, that's a lot of money, but where these cards are going and where these sets are going, you'll see that, like, hey, this is actually right now not a bad price for these sets. So $150, $350, like you literally, I feel like, this is what I'm doing, I feel like we can double our money here within the next year. I think one of the best investments. So the best Zoro card ever created was the Manga Zoro, and I don't know why this is a $10,000 card. Thank you very much that I'm never letting go out of the collection, but wow, how beautiful is this Manga Zoro, and they should do more of these bad boys. Then we have the Premium Booster Volume 2 Booster Box. We're starting to get up there a little bit. This thing has stalled at around $400, but still worth adding to the collection because of the cards that are in this set, which we're going to check out here in a second. So really, you have the Sanji, the giant alternative, Monkey D. Luffy. Now, this set doesn't have a lot of expensive cards in here that average the sets out even higher, but they have some of my favorite cards in here, from Sanji, Giant, Monkey D. Luffy, the Cross Guild, Buggy, Shanks in here, several great Shanks, and then the Dawn cards in here are excellent. some of my favorite Dawn cards ever created in this set. So if you love Dawn cards, this is a set for you. Like I said, it doesn't have those complete bangers in there, but some of the artwork in here is epic. And then Carrying on His Will has finally gone down and taken a downturn. This is what we love to see as far as collecting. I'm hoping we see this more for some of the sets that are $1,000. I'm hoping I'm hoping the sets go down lower than $500 because this is one of the best sets, if not the best set in some people's opinion, because of the bangers in here. Like this is what you look for when it comes to banger sets. Not only are the cards, their eye appeal, when you look at them, you're like, wow, I love that card. These are $10,000 cards in my opinion. Then the manga Luffy right here. You got the wanted cards in this set as well. So you have chance to pull this. Then the red and green Luffy. Like, come on, name a better set than this besides the Fist of the Divine Speed, which is on here as well. And I think this is worth the money. And then we have Kingdoms of Intrigue booster box. I am not as high on this set as Carrying On As Well. I'll get Carrying On As Well before I get this one. But I don't have anything on here besides this one and then the Fist of Divine Speed. Nothing in the thousands because this is one that I could see getting to the thousands here soon. Or hopefully it goes down. Actually, I put this one on here because I saw it trending up, but this is a huge pass. Like, it just doesn't have that collector appeal like some of the other ones. If you're gonna, this one, I 100% would keep this sealed. A lot of people did not like what they did with this artwork. I don't know exactly what they're doing. This does look like really bad AI on some of these cards. So this was a miss set. I think they got really lazy with the Kingdoms of Intrigue. This is one of the earlier sets back in 2023. So that Sabo is awesome. But other than that, guys, this is definitely a pass. I would say just keep this one sealed. And then a Fist of Divine Speed. Buy high, buy low, always be buying this set. This is, I'm gonna bang my fist on the table. This is a Fist of Divine Speed, the best set ever created besides the Strongest Warrior. I think the Strongest Warrior may overtake this. We'll just see how the market goes because I may love a set, but then everybody else is just like, it doesn't have great cards and it doesn't like to have the cards that I like in it. So I get that. So for now, this is number one just because I love it and then everybody else loves this set as well. But I think the Strongest Warrior will be better. It's hard to beat these I call these the gold diamond cards right here. It's hard to beat this one. And then it's hard to beat the silver diamond card as well. It's just cards that are going to increasingly go up in value. And I think these are going to be $20, $30, $40, $50,000 when it's all said and done. Once there's no other packs to pull. And then we have the Monkey D. Luffy manga. Wow, like this is one of the best Luffy cards out here. That red one's one of my favorite. The Gear 2 Luffy card, Luffy Taro, like Shanks. You could just keep going down the list, banger after every row is a banger after banger after banger. This was eventually someday One Piece will make even common and uncommon cards. They will make a complete 180 plus card list of cards that are just complete bangers, ones that everybody wants. So that is the list. Like, I don't think you can compete with that list. I think that is the best list for August, the best sets. If I could only have 3 sets on here today, guys, the 3 that I would pick up, number 1 on my list is the Strongest Warrior because it's coming out. You should be able to get stuff cheaper in stores. And then it's Carrying On His Will, Fist of the Divine Speed, and then Time of Battle. Time of Battle is still, I think people are sleeping on that set. And people will regret not picking up Time of Battle. I really do. I think people are sleeping on it. I think it's not as, obviously it's not as hyped. It came out right before the Strongest Warrior and people are so hyped about that one. But the Time of Battle, like all the sets are worth collecting. There's going to be some collectability at some point to all of them. New people are going to start getting into One Piece that watch Pokemon and vice versa. So if you need to learn about Pokemon, you need to learn about One Piece. That's what this channel is here for. If you guys enjoyed this content, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Collect all the One Piece cards. Jesus loves you. If you want your comment featured in a video, leave it down below. What set are you collecting right now for One Piece, or which one do you wish you could collect? Here's my tip of the day. And I don't give these out often, but if you're struggling to get One Piece cards or collect cards, or you have a lot of debt or whatever like that. There's a point in time where I was working 70 to 80 hours a week, working overtime, 2 to 3 different jobs, just to pay down debt and then start collecting. So pay down your debt, then start collecting. That's what I would do, guys. Peace. I'm out.